Welcome back to Coke Poppy.
Coke pepitas, like you know pepitas, pumpkin seeds, but little dollops of Coke.
Forgot my water. Welcome back to...
We can share a water.
I'm okay.
Well, oh.
It's not that. It's literally the same distance away. But we're live.
That's right.
And you made it... You've expressed that you
I
don't want a monologue.
I'll just stare at you while you're gone. Welcome back to my monologue. I don't like the monologues, mainly because we should just be doing the podcast. Anyway, welcome back.
He loves monologues.
Yeah, when...
You know Ariel recites monologues?
This is Coke Dads, episode 14.
That's wild.
Because 13 is in the bank. This was 14. You look sharp. You look sharp, Coke Dads.
Just got a haircut.
This is the YouTube or Spotify.
Same thing.
If you want the rest, it's on our Patreon. Please subscribe. There's 3 tiers. It's pretty cheap. We're funny dudes. We want your money. You get it.
I would have turned this off at this point.
Fair.
I would have been gone.
This is literally how every YouTube...
This is why I don't listen to our podcast.
This is why you don't listen to any podcast.
No, because it's just like, give me money.
Well, no, it's like, hey...
That's what I heard.
Be a fan, which is what we want.
That's even worse.
You don't want fans?
I don't want to ask for them.
What?
I don't know. I never saw... When I loved wrestling back in the day, my favorite wrestlers never were just like...
Who's my fan?
What up? Where are my fans?
Instead, they would do this whole written script.
They would be like...
None of it was real.
They'd be like...
authentic at all. That's what he wanted. Fuck you, fans. That's Brandon Sobel's. Where are you going now? Oh, you were just... I thought you were going to get...
No, I was being...
You were being a wrestler.
I was being dramatic.
You'd be a terrible wrestler.
Or the greatest of all time.
What would your wrestling...
You saying me, my height, my physical shape right now? Yeah, terrible.
What would your wrestling name be?
Probably just beautiful Brandon Sobel.
I think they don't let you...
The beauty, Brandon Sobel. So it's pretty fucking obvious, actually. What would you be? Merman?
No, I wouldn't do wrestling. I'm more a Vince McMahon hide in the back.
You're like an Eric Bischoff.
I don't know who that is.
You know the NWO?
No. Sorry, I don't know wrestling.
Remember that? Remember when we started this podcast? And I was like, could I?
I can't believe we've made it 14 episodes.
Can't believe no one's still listening.
Well, that's also because we're not doing it right. Like,
no, they're not.
Consistently.
They're not listening because no one cares about us. You get blacklisted from shows, apparently.
No, we get... Literally, you go look at any YouTube channel, and it's like, you gotta post the same time, every week, full, like, description, links, all that. Have we ever once done that? There's always a scramble to do it.
So, how's your week been?
What is this indifference look you're giving?
Because it's just like, I'm not going to start. I offered if we should get Hootsuite. You're like, that's a stupid idea. But like...
That's not... Hootsuite won't put up the podcast. It won't edit it.
No, it won't do any of that. It won't do any of it. All it will do is it will release it all on time.
It won't write the description.
No, it won't do any of that. Imagine that as a program.
You mean like a person who does the work?
Yeah. We do it. It's just it's not consistent.
When we get to it.
Yeah, and then you should come.
You came to this podcast for consistency.
No, you should go to our comedy club for consistency.
Yes.
That's what. It's one thing at a time. We just instead we're anxious guys. We're ADHD. We had a lot of love from our parents, and what happened is that instead of just focusing on one of the 3 tasks, we focused on 3 tasks. If you don't know those 3 tasks, it's stand-up comedy, comedy club, and now this podcast. Not now, 14 episodes in, and this podcast. So I'm not hating, but if you come to the club, you've made an effort, and now I can proudly say me too. We curate phenomenal shows. Yeah. We brought in a friend, and he was just like, we're trying to figure out a job title for him, and he said the word producer, because in any other field, kinda. Yeah. But in this one, we were like, no.
Absolutely not.
And it's because we're proud. It's not that he's not a producer. It's that if you come to the Backroom Comedy Club, if you come to the Backroom Comedy Club any night of the week, you'll have a good time. And then the secondary thing, which should have been the first, but it's the secondary, is the stand-up comedy.
Our own.
Our own.
Individually.
And it's very good right now.
Yeah,
it's the best.
That's probably, I would argue, we're probably, like, the club is getting great.
No, but that's what people, that's...
Like, as comedians.
I'm not saying people don't get, or you don't get, but it's just like the reason the podcast isn't where everything else is that when we started the podcast, we weren't like, you were a good comedian. You probably had like a purple belt or a brown belt, but like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You weren't there or here.
I wasn't a killer every week.
Every time you weren't consistent.
No.
And then I was like, I wasn't doing puns anymore. I was the funniest I've ever been, but I was still like an orange or green belt. Like I was just like a really good yellow belt.
Yeah.
And then we opened the club, and then the club right off the bat, Ariel, because of your background.
What was that?
I said, I thought you heard it the first time. I tried to say Ariel, but I said like, so I thought that's what comedy's taught you. If you want to be really funny in stand-up comedy, tell the truth, be vulnerable. And if you mumble or something weird like that happens, ride it. Yeah. So
explain it.
So we have the club, and because it's always been curated well,
Yeah.
And then now, so if you come to our club, consistent. If you see us do stand up, consistent. And the podcast is next. No, but we're getting I'm just saying that you're not wrong.
12 is hilarious.
If you want me to address it, I'll address it. The podcast is the third priority. Yeah. Now that everything else is moving smoother, I can help more with the podcast. And I think the podcast is smoother because I don't help anymore. I don't do a thing. Like, I got to catch you guys up. I caught COVID. When I caught COVID, Ariel took over everything with the podcast.
And the club.
And the club and your own stand-up.
And how did it go?
Went fine. You did great. Yeah. And then it's just like that thing like that week before, and I'm not like playing like, I'm not keeping score, but like you went down with a leg injury. So it's like if we were a sports team,
the only difference,
we went down this summer. Like
the only difference in those 2 weeks is when I went down, I was still, and there's no insult to you, I still had the capacity to get stuff done.
Totally, yeah.
If I go down in a way where I can't work, I don't even want to know what.
You can't think of it that way, and then
because like the posters won't get done.
You just can't. We can't think of it that way. We would have to just drop.
Hire a freelancer
at that point, or we just have to figure it out.
Are you a freelance graphic designer and want work maybe once, twice a year if I get sick?
I'd say more than that. I'd say where you're at, it's just like, anyways, freelance work, hit us up. Cool. But the podcast is getting better. So when I went down, you took it over at all. The only catch with that is that you didn't write the description, and you were able to put it up on YouTube, but Spotify you missed out. Because it's on this program. It's on my computer that now I have to relog in at some point because I just clicked.
Yeah, you're gonna have to teach me how to do it.
Yeah, so from there, we were behind, and then now we're caught up. And our stand up is very good.
If I get Monday to just do the work, I can smash out a lot of stuff.
And you killed it yesterday.
Yeah.
You got so much done. He sent me, if you ever check out our social media page, we have clips that we release.
Comedy clips weekly.
And you dropped so many. Like, you gave me so many. We have...
The files are... turns out data management is not one of my skill sets.
No, this week you killed it.
Cards and files everywhere. I have comics asking me for clips from, like, shows 4 weeks ago. It's like, I don't know where that show is. I gotta find it.
We need a hard drive, and I need to start helping with that.
3 hard drives.
No, but I need to start helping with because the clips is a fun one.
Oh, so you want to do the part I
You did a good job. No, I want to help with everything. It's not that. We'll just help all of it. And it makes you a better stand-up comedian watching other people, or at least I just fine.
I mean, I don't watch the full
So you can cut the clips, but I'll then cut my own clips. Question mark? Because like it's the same thing where it's like that's where you get really good.
That's what you said. Remember on the weekend you were like, "Oh, I gotta separate out my own clips. Mm-hmm. Can you send them to me?" And I was like, "I'm not doing that."
No, I didn't mean to cut my clips. I just meant the footage.
Yeah, but you said clips, and I was like, yeah, I'm not making your clips.
Well, it's the same way on Sunday, because we've now dropped it, the Weirdo Carnival, when I said
which has a lot of potential.
But I said you didn't have talent, but I didn't mean that. I just meant I have all of the talent. I didn't mean like...
Brandon said I didn't have talent, and it actually hurt my feelings.
Because it's... No, but then when we talked it out, it was miscommunication, because all I meant was...
I only have one stage...
No, but you have... What talent? You're very good at stand-up comedy, and then the whole point of that show is you're not allowed stand-up comedy. So we were both like... all I was saying is without stand up, like leave the talent to me. And then you heard, or what I said was you have no talent.
No, what you said was I'm the talented one.
Yeah, well, I just meant in the sense, I just meant like you give me a bass guitar or like a set of drums or like a keyboard or like music or like a painting. I'm not saying I'm great. I'm just not bad.
You could pull it off.
I can fake it for sure.
Yeah.
But with you, so what happened was this guy's watching us do the podcast right now.
Hey, buddy, how are you?
Good.
Welcome to the Coke Dance Podcast.
Enjoy your joint on break.
He looks like he'd be a fan. Coke Dance Podcast. Okay.
Tell them about you wore it to the hospital, the shirt.
Oh, I wore, yeah. So we have Coke Dance merch now. Sick. I still haven't built the website.
Do you hate yourself?
What?
No, I'm asking the audience because I'm like, if you buy our shirt,
I was like, do I?
if you want people to question your behavior, wear a shirt with a baby with a line of cocaine on it.
No, if you want to support us, wear a shirt with a guy doing coke with a baby.
So, anyways, Ariel goes to the hospital.
And I have it, and this lady sees it, and she looks at it quick, and we're not that close in distance. She sees it quickly, and she goes, "Oh, that's cute, so cute." And then she got close, and she went, "Not cute." And then once we passed each other, like literally as we passed each other, she goes, "Why would you do that?"
You get that? That's the
and
most.
I literally went, "Because it's funny."
Some people think it's funny.
Yeah.
Most people think it's funny. Some people don't recognize it. Then there's people like that. There's like waitresses and bartenders that get that.
Upset by it. And you're like,
They're just appalled. We had an intern. Some guy reached out to us to do an internship, and part of the internship was to like just watch the podcast, and then it was just to get to know us.
The logo itself.
You have to get to know us. So we said watch the podcast, and then he saw the logo, and he sent us a letter.
Really uncomfortable.
Sent us a letter of resignation.
Deeply uncomfortable. Yeah, you don't want to work here then. You know, if that makes you deeply uncomfortable.
That's your theme, eh?
Well,
You're just Mr. Deeply Uncomfortable.
that's fucking nonsense. Like,
Is that your wrestling name? Is that your finishing move? The Deeply Uncomfortable?
Here comes the deeply uncomfortable.
Oh shit, Kagan with the Deeply Uncomfortable. Oh my god.
We'll get into it on the Patreon part.
Oh my god. What would your name be?
My wrestling name?
Yeah. The Alleged. Okay, find out for the Patreon for more of that. I'll stop. It's funny. Stop. And you want fans. Yeah. I'm so sorry I'm like this. It's a birth defect. Probably has to do with smoking cigarettes and not working out and eating unhealthy.
You just understand how it, like, in the moment can provide no humor.
Right? No, but it gets you to talk and then...
No, it gets me to talk, yes, but you understand that it's my information to share when I want to share it.
Totally.
Not your information to share when you want me to share it.
I get that.
Like,
and
that's
fair.
nonsense.
You're not... It's not a carnival act. I understand that. What I was trying to do was I was trying to say you said on the Patreon. So I'm trying to build it. And then you told me earlier what you wanted to talk about on the show. So I'm trying to get it. And then also, what you taught me with stand-up is that it's the truth. If anyone you watched me recently, I just say the truth. And then now...
The problem is when the truth is also a loaded grenade sometimes.
No, totally. That's why...
It ain't no good. It doesn't mean you can just be like, here's a grenade.
It wasn't meant to be a grenade. It was meant to be... Because if you've noticed with the new branding I've done with the words, it's the vulnerable. And what I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to get them... I'm trying right now, when you edit this, to zoom in on your eyes. And when they see that twinkle, join our Patreon. And, like, Ariel deserves fans. I'm not saying don't be our fans. I'm just saying that, like... Think of it like 90s wrestling. You're like Bret Hart. The best there is, the best there ever was, and the best there ever will be. Okay? Yeah, but that's the thing. Shawn Michaels isn't going to be like begging for... Maybe in the 90s he was.
He came down in that WrestleMania
on the zip line.
Moment I ever liked, and then he fucking Sweet Chin Music him.
Sweet Chin Music's such... Today, Sweet Chin Music's a gangster move.
Yeah, for sure. Except it's all fake.
Oh, for sure, but...
When I stopped liking
well, here's the thing.
I watched the Mankind documentary that he made where he's like... I didn't realize he was also Mick Foley.
Also
Cactus
Jack.
When that started, I was like, oh, so you've been lying to us for years. And then he's like, it's scripted. And I was like, what?
Okay, wait. This is amazing. You stopped watching wrestling, not because it's fake in the sense where, like, no one's actually heard it. Like, yeah, it's all choreographed. Yes. Okay. So that part you get. What you didn't get is like a guy whose character was Mankind, who lived in a boiler room. How they were just like selling this like weirdo character, and then your brain.
Kid.
Yeah, but you as soon as you were like,
Undertaker and Kane were rarely brothers.
I love being your friend.
Right?
I love it. I love being your friend so
love being your
much.
friend, but
I'm sorry that I say things like I say things.
it's all right.
However, I love
I'm
it.
also the untalented one.
No, you're really talented with stand-up comedy. With stand-up comedy,
you're
you're charming.
Good.
Okay, that was the funny part about.
My photography's getting good.
So I run a talent show every Sunday at 10 o'clock. It's a variety show. If you have any talent you want to showcase, do it.
We're talking poetry.
We're talking spoken word.
We're talking magic,
We're-
but kind of not.
But no, we're talking magic, but it's weird.
But like
It's sneaky.
It's gonna be like quick magic.
Magic
It's gonna
sneaky.
be like a long.
People our whole lives have said Jews are sneaky. Magic sneaky.
You know, yeah.
Magic, but like, yeah, you can bring magic, but it better be
It's gotta be quicker.
a guy like revealed. I don't want to give away anyone's act, but a guy made someone's $20 bill disappear and then appeared a lemon that he had to like
This
cut.
was impressive. Like
It's super
how did you do
impressive,
that?
but
also,
why?
like, it
Well,
took you 20 minutes to
but
do that.
why? Why a lemon? Why not like a fireball? Like why a lemon? So we magic. We had rappers, music, characters.
Characters.
Burlesque.
You can do an improv duo.
We could do an improv trio.
Our stage is really small.
So we cut it at a trio. But if you're like drums, bass, cello, and like
Stand up bass would be sick.
stand up is be the sickest. Yeah, so any talent. But we were making jokes that you are talented at things. But we can't have you on stage and like cook.
Yeah. Get me on stage and I'm like, just graphic.
Yeah, you
Like,
can't-
don't worry, in 30 minutes.
That's such a funny sketch. What do you guys think for a sketch idea where it's a talent show and a guy's like, and he like builds a website?
What's funny is if I designed like someone painted, like I would watch paint battles, right? But like I couldn't design live.
I agree with all of this. All of this is amazing. Aren't we gonna have a paint battle?
Yes, like September, October.
And it's gonna be where we have some big things coming too.
Yeah, October's gonna be. If I get some time, that's why I'm not at the shows this Wednesday, because I'm gonna sit in and try and build out plans for all these things that we want to do.
This episode, by the way, if you haven't been listening, is sponsored by that lawnmower and company. So, yeah.
You can't see it.
He's off break though. He's off break.
He's off break. He's back to mowing.
Back to a mowing. Unless you can't hear that, and then I'm
And
sorry.
he has his headphones in, and guess what he's listening to? The
Coke Dad's podcast. He's wearing a Coke Dad shirt. Cute. Not cute.
Cute, not cute. Cut in the grass.
Cute, not cute. Oh, it's so funny. Life's good. Yeah, so my week, I got COVID. I tell this on stage, it's really funny. It's like I got my girlfriend a present to show her how much I love her. I gave her COVID. But like, I had COVID. It sucked. I was that one that like went down for the count.
Yeah, you were down.
Didn't need a respirator, but like down. Like still kind of
It's crazy,
affected.
like you called me the day you started showing symptoms.
I saw you the day I started showing.
Yeah, but
You thought I called. He thinks I'm the boy who cried COVID.
always.
And
You
then
always call me when we have something that's not a necessity, but it's like inconvenient to do.
Oh, you
Like,
mean
I'm not feeling.
you
well.
mean this job?
Yeah, you're like I'm not feeling well. Do I have to be there?
So I show up,
Man.
and you're like,
Man.
Man.
I'm sick.
And-
I vomited. Yeah, and it's like you always vomit.
did I just become Cartman?
Yeah, you're like,
That's
I
what-
vomited. Yeah, I'm scared. Yeah.
So I show up at your house.
And then
I'm
I
sick.
was like, oh, you're sick. Which is insane. I don't know why you didn't just call me back and say, no, dude, like, I am legit sick. Because that's not what you said. When you called me, you're like, do I have to come?
Because I felt legit
Can
sick.
I just zoom in? But you said
How
it
often do I zoom in?
But you said
If
it
I
like
say
you were like, oh, it's just far, and I don't want to do it.
Nope.
You were even like,
Dead.
Oh, I don't want, you
Wasn't even dead yet, but dying. Slowly dying.
You didn't die, though. You're here. You're wearing a blazer.
Come to the club. Is it Thursdays, or do you want to make it different? Like one day
What?
formal,
Oh, blazer night?
but formal Fridays has a better ring to it than Blazer Thursdays.
Well, you wanted Hershon involved.
So I don't not anymore. Hershon, we can do something. Hershon's great. Come watch Hershon on Thursdays. He's fucking hilarious. But
Tiny Thursdays, bro.
tidy Thursdays. I don't know what that means.
Like we tidying up.
So yeah, Blazer Thursdays.
Yeah.
So yeah, new addition to the club.
You were talking about COVID, bro.
Well,
You were like telling them about COVID, and then you were like,
all right. So I died, and then I came back to life. No, but I lost like a week. It was
yeah,
bad.
you were down. It was honestly it was the toughest week since we've opened for me. Like it was hard because my legs fucked. I had no option but to be there. Yeah.
Then I came back with a vengeance. I've handed out like 300
Yeah, you've been
cards.
barking like a champ. Well,
Oh, that's what I'd be. The Barker Brandon Sobel. That would for sure be my wrestling name.
Barker?
The Barker. Arr, 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 arr.
What is it, DMX?
Moo's better.
Come into do a moo like a bark.
Moo. I changed my name to like Marcus. The Moo.
The mooing barker.
No, barking is a term in stand-up comedy where you go outside and you harass people on the street. Arr, 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 arr. It's not like Tim the Toolman Taylor. That'd be funny though if we build things and I'm Tim and you're Al.
Yeah, we just built a thing that
I don't think so, Bran. That's for the other good. I don't.
That's an old show. I don't know if anyone else has seen that show.
My fly's been undone this entire time. Hey, news information. So I had COVID.
Yeah.
I have been back, but my energy hasn't been the same.
Yeah, you've been tired of it.
And then between that and then the club, like the club's dope. I'm glad we're doing
We
it.
had a really good weekend.
Just keep coming, guys. We're
Like it was our first good weekend in a hot minute.
we deserves not the right word, but like we're working hard.
Yeah, but also it's like
Tamara deserved it. How about that?
Yeah, Tamara fucking crushed.
If you get a chance, watch Tamara Siobhan.
Siobhan,
She
shout
dope
out.
as hell.
Check out her album, First One.
First wine. We actually sell her merch at our
We have
club.
merch at our club.
There's only a couple left. We have a bag. So a bag for 20, and then we have a wine opener for 20. But if you buy both, ready for this? 30.
I like how on every podcast we just selling stuff.
I think it's funny that it's funny in my eyes
We
that
are
in,
Jews.
in your world you're just like, we need fans, we need to sell our merch. And then in my delusional world, I'm like, that will come. But buy this person. But buy these socks.
Are you a fan of socks?
Hey, you feet get cold? Huh?
So I barked. I started a new part-time job, but I had to. At one point, they made me go on a megaphone and bark to tell people they were open, and it's burgers. Fucking Rosie's, check them out. Dope burgers. Actually, honestly, dope burgers. But here's what's insane about it. It was so much easier to bark people in for burgers than
Of course.
snack. I literally was like, "Yo, sick burger," and people would be like, "Sick burger," and they'd like come in.
It's because all it takes with sales,
So we should do at the club is be like sick burger and a cup.
we just, it's the burger's not, no, sick fish and chips. Steak?
The burger's good. I had the burger.
Burger is good. I'm just saying that it's
Yeah,
not,
fish and chips is.
it's fire. No, it's like everything at the club is
You
delicious.
should rarely have a food side content thing right there.
I like food.
You fucking love food.
I do. Cam the other day just called me the Anthony Bourdain of comedy. I
That's
loved
a
it.
great
I
compliment.
loved it.
That
means-
is your vibe.
That's what I'm just sad but not.
Just don't
Sad
go
but
the way
educated.
that went.
Girlfriend, me. He's I respect the guy, guys. You guys know me. I'm the guy. Remember the guy they called improv gay. Okay, but that being said, Bourdain by the
You don't
end.
believe though.
Well, if gay's happy, then
Yeah, you need a right. We never actually came back and clarified this.
well, come.
Like what?
How about this?
Like
What's
explain it.
the time limit?
We are at 23 minutes.
Okay, so thank you for for listening for free.
Yes.
How about
Thank you
that?
for watching. This has been Cook Dad's episode 14. You are at the YouTube at this point. If you want to see what we talk about next, which could be anything.
No, there's two things we're going to talk about right now.
Sign up.
We're going to talk about right now on the Patreon. We're going to talk about me calling improv gay and what I meant by that, and you're going to talk about whatever you want to talk about, whatever. Okay?
So what did you say? My finishing move. What was it called?
Oh,
Deeply
Yes.
uncomfortable.
ladies and gentlemen! Oh my God, he pulled it out! TKO by Deeply Uncomfortable. Ariel Kagan, the champ.
So now you'll get to see why that's my finishing move.
You guys are dope. Thanks
Thanks for
for.
watching.
We appreciate you.